Oh no! Oh, this is an issue. Hello guys, welcome to my second ever sketchbook tour. I thought I would be okay with the framing here when I was looking at it through the phone before press record. This isn't even English. It looked fine. It fit perfectly fine if I held it this far back, but it's missing like a good inch now, so that's fun. I'm just gonna have to keep moving it up and down. But hey ho, whatever. Anyway, this is the second ever sketchbook I've ever properly fully finished. And actually, in fact, let's get the let's get the old one, shall we? I have two old sketchbooks here. One is the first ever one I finished, which the video is up on my channel right now. The other one is one from 2017 that I only did a couple of pages in, but it's useful to compare with. So this is my first ever sketchbook. I may flip between having flash on and off for this, by the way. I started this before Christmas of 2018. I started it in November and it ended on 1st of January. And then this one I started on the 1st of January and finished yesterday, the 28th of February. Which I did this in 2 months. I'm very amazed. So let's go through the sketchbook itself generally first. It is an Art Deco sketchbook. I don't have the proper details because actually I could probably get them up for you. Because it didn't come with a sticker, it just came with this sheet. I've never heard of Art Deco before, but whilst I was looking for a sketchbook online, I found this and it just seemed like the perfect thing for me. So it is the Art Deco Crafty with a K sketchbook in A5. It has 80 pages and it is 150 GSM, which I can agree with. The paper was really thick. And it comes with this little sheet, which gives you all the social media links and stuff where you can share all of your work and then use the tags, and they might repost your artwork and you can be entered for a prize draw. I haven't posted anything with these hashtags, so that's not gonna happen. But yeah, from my experience with it, it has been a very good quality sketchbook. The only issue I have, which is just a pet peeve of mine, it's not an issue with the actual sketchbook, is that it is ring bound. I have decided I do not like ring bound sketchbooks because the paper moves around too much and it smudges pencil, which is why I stopped using pencil after a while, if you can see that later in the video. The paper is really nice and thick, and as you will see in a bit, it handles watercolour really well for what isn't watercolour paper. Anyway, let's start off, shall we? I have personal details on the front cover of this, so we'll just cover that. This is the front, middle, inside page thing. It's a textured sort of gecko skin page made with care in Great Britain. I really like this, nice and textured. I don't know why it's there, but it's cute. Right, first page. Let's try and fit everything in. It's not going to work, but I can give it a go. So, 1st of January. I didn't really know what to draw because basically I finished my other sketchbook on the 1st of January. I'd already drawn so much. I had like a sort of art block. So, in the previous sketchbook I designed this bird called Cherokee Rose, and based off of the American flower. And I decided to colour her and decide what colours she was going to be, and this was a test basically for different media. So I tried coloured pencil and then I used Copic marker, and as you can see it went through the page. And then I decided to draw some heads because I was having art block and everything ended up facing left, so I decided to draw Owen facing right. I have no idea who this is. And then I also decided to draw like little angel type person, thinking I could develop this guy, but I never did. Second page, everyone has been into drawing spider stoners. I still haven't watched the film because I didn't go to the cinema to see it, so I have to wait for it to come out on DVD. But I decided to draw one anyway. It's not really a stoner, it's just a character. But she is an orb weaver, so I've forgotten what type of orb weaver. Oh, here we go, I wrote it. Spiny-backed garden orb weaver, the giant lichen. I don't know. I decided that her defensive powers are going to be that she can weave a shield that is an orb shape because she's an orb weaver. This page, obviously I had quite bad art block at this point because like none of these drawings are finished, but I decided to draw whatever this is, some sort of elf base sketch. Also on the first. I did 3 pages on the first. Damn. This is the 2nd of January. I put a goals for 2019. I also wrote that I need to practice expression. My goals for 2019 are to lose weight, which I have done already. I've started dieting and I've lost 2 stones, so got to keep that going. Draw every day, which I have managed. I did not skip a singular day. Finish the sketchbook and 1 other. I may have doomed myself with this. I recently started a 220-page sketchbook. That's 440 sides of A4 I've got to finish in a year. Start animating properly, which I still haven't done, and pass my A-levels, which I haven't done either yet. I decided to further develop this animal that I designed in my old book. It's like a mandrill cat. I originally wanted like a wombat style look to it, but I changed it to a cat. Then I wrote down some colours it was going to look like, and a little profile image. I'm going to try and go quickly, it's already been 6 minutes, oh my god. I really like this. It's a back with a wing. I just really like the curvature of the wing. I drew some random guy at the top, and then I drew a little chibi Lysander leaning up against a tree. And I had this pose idea for Owen, with his arm, so I sketched that down really quickly. And then I wrote down a little note about this paper. Textured paper equals maximum smudging. You can tell that these pencil sketches are not as smooth as the ones in my previous tour. You can definitely see it over the next couple of pages as well. Oh, I drew a little pose idea at the top here. I wish I could... There we go. That works a little bit. A little campfire, so there's like gonna be Faraday, Nia, Veronway, and then I drew 4 people, so I don't know who the 4th person is gonna be, but I guess I'll figure it out. I tried drawing this sort of, I don't know the name of the race of people, and I don't want to sound really racist, because I don't just want to call them Eskimos, but like, yeah, you know what I mean? I wish I could just find it. Inuits! Oh, that's the freaking name. Of course it is. So I tried drawing an Inuit female, and it didn't turn out too great. And then I drew this character. I have no idea who she is, but she's sort of like a steampunk character with a sort of stitched jacket. And she has black and white hair, which is sort of like Kestrel. Oh, I think I was going to make her Kestrel's sister, and then I decided against it. The 4th of January. Get to know your OC. I was trying to practice expressions, which you can see I definitely improve with over the course of the sketchbook, and I used Nia, and I just could not do anything. I tried drawing young Nia, and then on the 5th I just couldn't draw. I had a really bad time. On the 6th I drew Andarius with an owl. He's secretly an animal whisperer, apparently. I drew this weird guy who sort of looks like he belongs in a swamp. And then I drew someone holding a bunny. Head was a bit too small. I tried drawing Raina in a new design. Didn't like it. And then I was like, I haven't designed Niara's boyfriend, Lucerne, properly, so let's figure him out. So I decided to try out some hairstyles, and I found one that I liked. So I developed it further on this page. On the 7th. Oh, I keep knocking into a can next to me. So he has braided hair that's pulled back into a little ponytail, which you can see there. And he has a little braid coming out of the side on his right. I really like this design. And then after I did this, I had to make him a real quick reference sheet, which I guess I also did this year. I didn't stick all of my digital artwork into this, which I probably should have done. I'll put the image up on screen. But yeah, that's Lucerne's ref sheet. And then I wanted to design some outfits for him, so on the next page this is where the most smudging has happened. I drew some outfits for him. The 8th, almost lost my other sketchbook. Oh yeah, so I left it at school and at college, and then I went to go somewhere. Oh, I went home and then I came back the next day, like, looking for it because I lost it. I wanted to learn how to braid. I figured it out now, so I wanted to do that for Lucerne. Hairstyles. Oh, this is the birth of Melchior. Gosh, this is quite blurry, isn't it? Sorry. That hairstyle and beard is the birth of Melchior, which you'll see him in a moment. Some more hairstyle designs. Basically, just was in a very thumbnail sketchy mood. I was like doing some sort of kinky stuff. Either kinky Owen or locked up Demetrius. Because Owen is quite flirtatious, so I thought if it was him, he would be doing it for a kinky BDSM thing. But if it was Demetrius, then he would just be locked up because he's a werewolf. Oh god, I don't want to read this. Incest. Marry husband's brother. Oh yes, so I was reading Hamlet when I did this, I guess. And then I wrote down this idea of involving incest in my world. I didn't do this, by the way. And I wrote that Tristan and Isolde is an inspiration for this idea. And then I was thinking I could make Nia have a one-night stand with Faraday, but Faraday wouldn't do that, so I scrapped that idea. Kestrel and Kite and Hawk, and I wrote basically a bunch of bird names for my characters and also the cities that my characters live in, because my cities are basically all named after birds. I drew sort of like an upset Owen and Kestrel with different hair. Drew his hair from the back, which is actually quite a cute thumbnail sketch. Want to be more expressive and exaggerated? Change style. I did actually change my style later on near the end of this, so you can definitely see that. And then I drew this Demetrius, which I was really happy with at the time. He just looks really cute. But this caused so much smudging on the other page. I hate it. And I couldn't seal it at all. My sealant, my Winsor & Newton sealant, just does not work. Then I decided to try some different mediums and try and be more confident with my artwork. So I used highlighter and I started using biro. And I drew this woman. I have no idea who she is, but she's here now. So, 10th of January, I drew a chibi Demetrius, and then I found this cute chibi style. I made a chibi style up, and I really love it. So I made a little yawning or singing Nia, and a little smiling Nia, cute little Nia, the bad babe. God, I write a lot of notes. And then I wrote do something for grandma, because basically my grandma has this little stash of drawings that I made when I was younger, and she goes to this cafe quite a lot and she likes to bring them with her to show her cafe friends. So I need to keep drawing stuff for her, but I keep forgetting. 11th of January. What does that even say? Oh yeah, if you haven't heard of him, there's this YouTuber called My Virgin Kitchen. He's changed his name now to... what's his last name? It's Barry. I get Barry's name mixed up with Ashen's name because they're just so similar. But I could probably get him up quick. Barry Lewis, of course it is. And Barry Lewis has got this recipe for 3 different ways of frying chips, but like you fry the same chips 3 times and it makes them extra crispy. So I decided to make this medieval name for it. So if you had the 3 times fried chips but in a tavern, you call it thrice fries. Tongue twister to say, long story behind the name, but I still thought it was cool. I drew Owen in the little chibi like style that I did down there, but instead of calling him Owen Cheeb, I called him Ebe Cheeb, which is really weird. I drew this bird girl. I drew this slanted, help. I probably didn't draw it that slanted, I just wanted an excuse for why it looked so bad. And then I drew wings. I wanted to name her Warren, but I don't like her design, so I'm keeping that name for someone else. And then This is the first time I tried using watercolour in this sketchbook, or any sketchbook. 12th of January. I tested watercolour with these at first, and I was like, okay, it like goes on the paper a bit weirdly, but it's fine. So I drew Nia, and I drew some random guy, and another random guy, and then I coloured them in, and it seems to be okay. You can definitely tell that I've improved using watercolour from the beginning to like the end of the sketchbook. I'll try and do a comparison later on. Oh, immediately I improved. So I drew a little kissing Nia and Lucerne. So cute! And I drew Kestrel, but I didn't really like it. I just wanted to get his colours done. And then I did digital art, so I stuck the reference sheet for Lysander in. I'll put that on screen now as well. 13th of January, I didn't draw much. Busy day apparently, so no art. Oh, I wrote down the Jack Black film for Tenacious D. I wanted to watch that. And I drew Faraday with his hair up. And I thought it'd be really cool to have a highlighter background and then do his vitiligo in white jelly roll, and I think that's quite a cool effect. And I've been wanting to do like ship art, so I've been trying to draw little torsos. Oh, I wrote down a bunch of stuff to watch as well. These are all anime, I think. Overlord, Fate Stay Night, How to Keep a Mummy, Cells at Work, Citrus, Restaurant to Another World, Ancient Magus Bride. Basically just a bunch of things I want to watch. And if you notice, this sketch from before, this one right here, was turned into this character, and his name is Melchior, but I'll show you a bit more about him later. I didn't design him properly on this page. This is the page where I designed Pan, and Pan is my dragon demon character. He has a long backstory. I don't have dragons in my world. I have these sort of lizard-esque demon things, and basically there's this long story as to how they make offspring, but the offspring are humanoids, and this is him. He is a healer. All of his race are healers, and they have these like runic patterns that go on their bodies, and they channel into their hand where they can use their hand to do healing. Master of Ragnarok and Blesser. I have no idea what that means. I just write random stuff and then I don't know what I mean. But yeah, his name is Pan. You can see it up there. I decided to get rid of the double N, so it's just P-A-N. Oh, he and Lysander are the same species. Forgot to mention that. They only do healing magic. They don't do anything else. They have tails, horns, and spinal plates. And it changes depending on what type of sort of dragon creature they came from. 15th of January. Bow down to your queen. The one true queen. I really loved this watercolour of Nia. I love her new outfit design that I made. It's all sort of like, it just all goes really nicely together, and it was very pastel in watercolour. I just really liked this. Pan and Melchior. Here we go. So this is Melchior. He has like sort of darkish tan skin, bright red hair, and a little like, I don't know what style of beard that is, but it's a beard. And then Pan, he's so cute. I fucking love Pan and his little runic markings. Pan is basically, well, his personality is he's the more serious one, and he's also more muscled, whereas Melchior's quite skinny, as you can see the difference. But later on I drew Pan looking all cute, and like, it's completely out of character, but still. Oh, goodness gracious, this is a mess, and I don't want to go through it all because it'll take ages, and I've already talked 19 minutes. Oh my god. Designing an animatic. I wanted to do an animatic with some songs I found, so I wrote down some ideas. Faraday's stuff, his backstory. The Things We Lost in the Fire is a song that I wanted to use for Faraday when he loses his mother to the fire. That saves him from his abusive father. And then I do Adore with Nia and Lucerne, or Sathine and Demetrius because of the There's like a lyric in it that says puppy love, and I just thought that would work for a werewolf. Ready as I'll Ever Be. A lot of people use these songs actually. I found these on YouTube. Quartet at the Ballet, the Anastasia play song. I thought it'd be perfect because Nia, in one of her reincarnations, she has to get exiled basically, and then she returns back to her city and then she gets killed. Spoilers! She doesn't get killed though, she is actually still alive. But yeah, so I just thought that worked really well. And then Satisfied, also another song idea. I tried drawing some thumbnails for it, but I wanted to do something with the Demon King, but I haven't designed him properly. Then some Melchior designs and trying to figure out his outfit and stuff. Oh, and another Melchior watercolour, but I never lined this, so he has no facial features, which is sort of scary. But I don't want to go back and do it, because I just didn't like this drawing, so... Friday the 18th of January, random sketches to try and redraw an old drawing of mine. I'll put it up on screen if I can find it. But it is a drawing of Raina, the plague bringer. So I did this thumbnail, and then I did it full-sized. And then I painted it on the next page. Up there. I decided to change the pose of it. I really like this painting actually. It's sort of nice and grungy and dark, and I did an environment in the background, which I usually don't do. And then I wrote down some films that I wanted to watch or rewatch. So Apostle or Apostly, I don't know how you pronounce that. I know how you pronounce it, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Does that make any sense? Anyway, Glass, which was coming out later that month, or had I already watched it? I don't remember. And He Never Dies, which we did watch that one, and we watched the top one. Maybe those are just films that I enjoyed then. I don't know. Anyway, I also decided to do a 30-minute watercolour challenge with realism. So I got this reference photo, and I painted it, and I am so proud of this. I am so bad at realism. You guys saw the realism that I did in my last sketchbook. I'll bring it back up again to remind you. I'll get the better one that I drew. Owen Mackin versus my recent one. And I've never tried to do realism with any medium other than pencil, and I've never used colour, so I was like so proud of this. And it took me 30 minutes, so yeah. And then I tried to do it again, but for some reason the paint went extra splodgy on this, so I have no idea what happened. But another 30-minute watercolour challenge. I didn't actually print out the reference photo for this, which is sort of annoying. Little love heart Nia, because there were 3 users who kept commenting and liking on my posts on Instagram, which I absolutely loved. Myosotis, Alex, I don't know how to pronounce that, Hoch, and I'm Hyliday, which is like a really cool person and artist, and we comment on each other's stuff a lot nowadays. 21st and 22nd of January, I drew another pan. Found like a song that I fucking love called Patricia's Theme. It's from Split. And then the Brave Enough meme. And then Nia's full outfit, because her other outfit, although it's nice, it's very skimpy. So I decided to mix up a new one for like when it's cold. And I drew some little headshots of her. I've never drawn her with goggles on before, so I did. And she looks like a dweeb. And I hate it. I wanted to do a boy band AU, but I never did. And then I tried drawing the demon things that Lysander and Pan come from. And then I painted one. I don't know if I'm going to keep this design, but it was an option. I tried drawing some heads, but I had like these were from a dream that I had. I had this dream basically where I was in college, and there was this guy that I really liked. I think he was this one, and he was like a kitsune character, and he was really hot, but he was going out with someone else. And then there was also this guy that I really liked, and he was in my art class, but I forgot I had art, and then I was late to art and someone else was sitting next to him, so I was like sulking in the class for the whole day of my dream. It was very weird. I don't quite understand. And then on this page, I tried redrawing them better and then described their like looks, and then I did a torso. Boring dull sketches of people in my dreams. Okay, so, oh, this is exciting. So basically, there is this artist, I don't know how to pronounce their username, I think it's Geums, and they are an amazing digital artist. I'll put the link to their DeviantArt in my description below. But they do all sorts of cool fantasy designs and stuff, and I was watching their streams because they were doing donation streams to save up for a tablet pen, and I got a sketch commission from them of Faraday, so I'll put that up on screen now. God, I'm rushing so much. So I absolutely fucking adore that, and it was only $6. And I was talking in the stream and I was like, I don't really make interesting designs, all of my characters are just either humans or elves. And James and Mama Devil, I think her name is, were like, why don't you make some more unique designs? I think it would be really cool and it would push you out of your comfort zone. So I did. So anyway, I drew this cute little smiling torso of Pan, and then I decided to design this sort of minotaur satyr thing. He has 4 horns, he has like a little jewel thing between his horns and a little chest thing, and white spots and piercings all over the place and little like spikes on his shoulders. I have no idea what he is, but I just thought I would have fun making this weird design. So then I decided to make him full-bodied. And I gave him some cool spiked wrist guards and a belt with a loincloth, and he's all fluffy. So it's not too out of my comfort zone, but it was enough that it was completely different from what I usually do. And then down here I wrote some either some films that I wanted to watch or some nostalgic films. So Flight of Dragons is a really nostalgic film from my childhood, and also Help, I'm a Fish, and then Page Master, and then Total Recall. Those are all films that I've watched and were nostalgic. And then I decided to draw this unicorn type satyr person. I really love the look of this. I hate the head, but I really like the overall look. I love the sort of slightly subtle sort of tie-dye splodgy halter neck top she has, and the little unicorn ears and the curved horn. But what I love the most is, for some reason, the grey watercolour came out really smoothly, and it just looks like really silky, soft, short shaven fur. I don't know, I just really like her design. And then I drew this weird sort of goat person. She's terrifying. And Heavy Rain is a really good game, by the way. 28th of January, I drew Nia in a field. I was trying to do more dynamic poses. I quite like this, but I couldn't do her hand, so I just gave up. And then I wanted to do some fan art for I'm Holiday, so that will be coming up shortly. And I drew this girl. I really like her, but I haven't got her as a character. I might make a full body design of her, but I don't know yet. I don't want to screw her up. But I think she's really pretty. And then I tried doing some poses for the I'm Holiday fan art. I commented on one of their drawings, like, how I could imagine their character meeting my character in a coffee shop. I don't know, it just, with the vibe that he gives off, just seems like he would be found in a really nice coffee shop and would help someone who's dropped their change. So I was like, I'm just gonna do a coffee fan art. I haven't finished it, but I have got the finished sketch up on screen, so I will put that up now. Oh, I tried doing a full body design of this character, but I don't know if I like it. And then I drew this huge dragonborn. I want to name him Jericho. Yeah. And then I'm Holiday's character. I decided not to go for the coffee mug pose on this one, but I did in the digital sketch that I just showed you. I tried doing some little doodles up here. But as you can tell, I said earlier that I stopped using pencil, but basically, little technique for you, if your pencil is smudging, use watercolour over the top and it will stop it from smudging. It's like a sort of a sealant. So I started using watercolour just over every sketch. Also I did some hands up here. And I did a little Owen. He's quite cute. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is the birth of Footsnake. This is Footsnake. Say hello to him. He loves you. He is a foot with a snake head. He pulls himself along by doing this. So yeah. Oh, I haven't gone over the cover. I'll show you guys that in a bit. And then I need to do a new Nia ref sheet and a new Owen ref sheet, so I wrote that down. And this is a lip owl. He is a lip, but also an owl. He pulls himself along using the tongue in his lip body. This is Owen's trench coat, because he needs a frickin' trench coat. And then I wrote down his personality: stressed, high-strung, flirty, quiet. He's like a bit of a confused boy. It's difficult to explain him, but I understand him, so... Oh, this was the day where it was meant to snow, so I drew Owen waiting with me because I was really sad. When I'm sad or doing something, I want my characters to be joining me, so I drew him waiting for the snow with me. He just looks really solemn in this, I love it. And then I was trying to do some pose studies from some pose sketching website. I don't really like these, but it was worth the practice. I quite like this one though, to be fair. This little tutu one. And then I did another one, but this was horrible. I hated this so much. I just got everything out of proportion. It did snow in the end, so I drew Owen happy because it snowed. And then I drew a little pose, Melchior and Pan. Pan's being picked up by Melchior, because even though Pan is tiny, I mean, even though he's muscled, he is tiny, so Melchior's able to easily pick him up. Sleepy Hollow is something that I want to watch, as well as Night School. Designing an outfit for the New Forest Fairy Festival. There's a fairy festival going on in the New Forest, so I want to go to that. And then Nia and Faraday. And a Dragonborn, because I didn't know what else to draw, so I drew a disgusting Dragonborn. Nia, if you see on my Instagram this picture, I took a picture of her, but the picture I took, I was holding a pen at the time, and it just looked like I was about to do something disgusting to her. And I've got this character in my head. I daydream a lot, and I go through these like film scenarios into a fictional thing that exists, and I like to do it with Supernatural and The Walking Dead. So I have this character called Wolfie, and basically she's like a husky wolf cross, and I use her to go in these worlds rather than me, because I just feel horrible when I put myself in something, because I feel like I'm a Mary Sue. So I use Wolfie because she's just a dog. But yeah, so I tried to design her. And then I drew Faraday with his scars and vitiligo on show, and his little booty outfit, and oh, he's so cute. 3rd of February that was. Reminding myself to draw Thrantor, scary clown face, pose, and this was Thrantor. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to keep him looking like this, but Thrantor, if you don't know, is Nia's brother, so I'm trying to make him look like her. You may be wondering, why does he have black hair if he's meant to look like Nia? Nia's natural hair is black. There we go. I draw her with blue hair, her natural hair colour is black. It's out there now, it's fact. I thought people already knew this, but apparently they didn't. But yeah, her natural hair colour is black. She dyes it. So yeah, Thrantor. And then I started rewatching The Walking Dead. Now you will see Walking Dead spoilers if you watch past this point. So I'm sorry. You may have to turn off now if you don't want Walking Dead spoilers. I have warned you, do not shout at me. So I started rewatching The Walking Dead, ready to continue watching season 9. And I drew some of the characters that I liked in the earlier seasons, and just basically I wanted to draw female characters from The Walking Dead because I was just feeling up to it. Even though some of them I don't really like too much. So I drew Andrea in her Woodbury outfit, though I forgot the number on the front of her shirt. And I put like a love heart and a cross through it, depending on whether they're alive or dead. Sorry, this is why I'm saying spoilers. And then I drew Carol. I really hate Carol out of all of these. I hate this drawing of Carol the most. Like, Andrea looks accurate, Michonne looks okay, Carol just does not look like Carol, but all my friends prefer Carol out of all of these drawings, so I don't know. But yeah, I think Carol was my favourite character in general, but she's been a bit off recently. The writers haven't been doing that good of a job with her, in my opinion, so she's been swapped out. But yeah, and then I drew Michonne from when she... Oh, this version of Carol, by the way, is from Alexandria, and then I drew Michonne when she first joined the prison. I think I did quite a good job. It's difficult to get the skin tones of darker women because my watercolour set doesn't have skin tones in it, so I have to mix my own, and it's just difficult to get skin tones in general. Like, this is like yellow, so it was really tough, but I think I did an alright job. But yeah, I quite like this page, to be fair. They're not very good, but I had fun making them. I drew Nia, again, full-bodied pretty much, just missing the feet because I never have enough room. And then whilst I was watching The Walking Dead, I kept getting, like, if you're on Amazon Prime, it'll give you general facts, trivia, and it'll show you what songs are playing at the time. And Oats in the Water by Ben Howard is a fucking beautiful song. For some reason, the bit where it goes, I'll make my own way down and I'll find my own way round.
I'll take the long way round. Oh, I'll find my own way down.
Just, really gets me. It gives me shivers and I don't know why. I tried doing some animal designing. This is just horrifying. And then I joined a D&D group with a bunch of friends, and I swapped out Corinne, who is my original Dragonborn character, and I made a remake of her because I didn't want to get rid of her totally, but I didn't want to bring her back for a campaign just for her to die. So I made someone similar but not the same, and I named her Nia because it was just easier for everyone else to remember. And I drew this. I added blood on her horns because basically her signature attack is to headbutt people, but she forgets that she has horns, so she ends up stabbing them. And then we had this competition because I made her weight really high to see who could draw her the fattest. This is horrifying and I'm disgusted by it, but I drew it and I've got to own up to it. It's horrible. I hate myself. I tried drawing Melchior sitting on a chair. It's horrible. I hate it. But I like the pose idea, so I can't fully hate it. Oh, I tried drawing Andarius and his Panero on a ship, but I didn't want to do it in detail. I just wanted the, like, idea set in stone. This is a thumbnail, this is the idea, and then I'm gonna hopefully do a proper version of this. And then I moved on to using biro. I thought, let's not use pencil because I'm being too tentative and I'm not going out there enough. And I keep stuttering. I'm not, like, pushing myself. So I decided to start using biro. So I drew some creatures and some little pose ideas. Michonne pose, an Aegis pose idea, and a Veronway pose idea. I love this one the most. And Faraday doesn't look very good. And some stuff that I wanted to put in my pencil case. I actually made myself up a new pencil case to take with me so I could sketch. It's got post-it notes in it, it's got highlighters and pens and fine liners and all sorts in there. And then I drew Tyrese. Rest in peace, Tyrese. I knew I wasn't going to draw him very well, but I wanted to get the idea down because I love him. So, yeah. And then I tried to draw in felt tip pen, and I just went in with no construction sketch, and I made this. She looks like an evil sort of superhero, but I hate the face, but I also quite like it at the same time. I went wrong on the arm, and usually I don't cover stuff up if I go wrong because I like to see my mistakes in the future, but it went so badly wrong I just couldn't keep it uncovered, so I covered it up with a post-it note. But yeah, I don't know, I quite like it, but I also don't. 10th and 9th of February, I drew Pan, disgustingly. Veronway, disgustingly. But then I got this kid and I used a reference image and yeah, realism in Biro. Oh yeah, also, have I improved? This I drew in pencil and it was bad. This I drew in pen and it's not too bad. You can definitely see there's improvement in my realism over the course of this sketchbook. I'll show you my favourite realistic drawing soon. These are the pages in which I got my art style to change. It started changing and I was petrified. I drew this and Carol as a pixie and something was different and I don't know what was different, but something changed and I hated it and I needed to sort myself out, so I did. Also, I had my mock exams on this day and I had this little slip saying I had an extra 8 minutes because I couldn't find the hall with some other people who were meant to do it, so we got extra minutes when we arrived. And I didn't revise, so I knew nothing, so I finished early, so I drew Owen and Nia hugging. Yay! So yeah, over here I tried figuring out my art style change, and I changed my noses. The shading was really weird, so I changed it naturally. I didn't really think about it, but now it looks better. And I changed my eyes to look a bit different, so it's easier to make them more expressive. And I changed the ears a tiny little bit, but not much. But yeah. So then this is, I'm still trying to figure out my style here on the 12th of February, and I drew this, and it's just sort of terrifying, but I was figuring myself out again. So anyway. Oh god, this is why we use pose references, people! I tried drawing pose ideas out of my head, and I used no references, and a lot of them look disgusting. 13th of February, I tried drawing reference hands. So I drew someone shooting a gun, and I drew the OGs, so Faraday, Nia, and Veronway. Just, I wanted to do a little thumbnail pose idea. And then I drew some hands. I told you I could draw hands, sort of, mostly. And these are in Biro as well. I just used reference images from sketchdaily.com, I think, and drew some hands. I'm pretty proud of myself. I really like this hand. Okay, so this is basically the turning point of my style. You can see there is a difference here. I don't know how to explain it, but these two sketches are so different to what I did at the beginning. I don't understand. Yes, it was Valentine's Day, obviously, on the 14th, so I drew Pan and Melchior hugging, although Pan a little bit reluctantly. Then I drew an eagle and a seagull and a wolfy thing and some hands. And then I drew Owen's arm and Nia smiling and a kissing pose, which is so cute. And then some emotion ideas. And then some pens that I want to try. The polar pen, the inkless metal pen, and the 7-year pen. And then I drew Nia and Faraday hugging. So cute! I love this hand as well. Oh, I love Nia and Faraday. Do you guys ship Nia and Faraday, or do you ship Nia and Lucerne? And then I drew, oh my god, I ship Nia and Faraday so much, but they're not a couple. But here's Nia and Faraday again. I also watched Alita Battle Angel on this day, and The Machinist, and so I did some little sketches inspired by them. Someone getting shot, someone hugging a little bear cub. Faraday's back. This is Faraday's back. He was abused as a child, but like unknowingly, and his dad didn't really know he was abusive. He was just really, he wanted his son to be a good knight, basically, and it's just a little bit toxic. So he has a lot of scars and burns and stuff. I really like this. Also, films. So I wanted to watch Hypothetical, which is a series on Dave. The 12 Monkeys TV series because I love the film, and also the Source Code TV series because I love the film. I wanted to rewatch Looper because I haven't in ages, and also The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and It was on this day that I watched The Watchmen. Greatest decision of my life. I was always skeptical of it, but I decided to watch it, and I didn't really get it at first, but the more I think about it, the more I love it. So I tried drawing Rorschach, and you can tell this is horrifying. It's so bad. But then on the 18th, I drew him again, and I improved, and I love this drawing of Rorschach. So, oh, he is so hot. I like, oh. And then I drew Nia and Lucerne doing some kissing. Ooh, I tried drawing Dark Angel, which is my superhero character. And then some films and stuff that I want to watch. I write a lot of films in my sketchbooks. What We Do in the Shadows, Monster, Requiem for a Dream, Donnie Darko, The Sixth Sense, Sucker Punch, Shaun of the Dead, Rocky Horror Picture Show, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Get Out, Ride with Norman Reedus, which is a TV series which is really good, by the way, Die Hard, Fight Club, Interview with a Vampire, Blade 2. A lot of these I haven't watched, but some of these I have, like Fight Club, Interview with a Vampire, Ride with Norman Reedus, etc. Oh, this was the day, the 19th of February, where I went to my doctor's appointment, which was horrible because basically my dad was like, you either go in there alone or you go in with me and your mum. You're not allowed to be in there just with your mum. Which, I'm not going to go for it because I don't want to bitch about my dad to you guys. But yeah, so I was like on the verge of tears, panic attack imminent. I actually cried in the doctor's, but I managed to like swallow it back after I cried so nobody could see. Oh, it was horrible. So in the waiting room I drew a little Nia saying you can do it. When I feel like that, I get my characters to make me feel better. Morala, looking a little bit sly up there. Weeds or Wildflowers by Parsonsfield, Arsonist's Lullaby by Hosier, and Chapel by Nicole Dallenganger? I don't know, but these are songs I wanted to listen to. Oh, my voice is going. I'm gonna take a drink. This is the episode. Again, Walking Dead spoilers. I watched on the 20th. The one where Daryl is taken in by Negan, and this song repeating itself, Easy Street. I hate that song. I'm a little bit curious as to why the creators of Easy Street gave AMC the rights to use their song. It's not going to make people want to listen to your song. We've heard it enough in that freaking episode. We do not want to listen to it ever again. Does anyone else agree with me? I'd never want to listen to that song again, so way to make yourselves hated, guys. And I did some realism. Can you tell I've improved? I was so proud of this. You should see the reference image. She's really pretty. But like, wow. I've improved a lot. And I feel really proud of myself. I can't flip page. Oh, sorry about this. I was feeling sort of really not good on this day. I was also watching Life. And I drew Calvin. Yeah, I wasn't feeling good. I don't want to get into it because I don't want to like attention seek and stuff, but yeah. So you can tell the drawings I made were based off my emotions because they're all very dark. I drew some random hands. Sons of Anarchy I want to watch, and also I'm sorry Tara. Rest in peace, Denise. She was just getting good as well. Her character was, like, being built on so nicely, and then they killed her off. Like, that just really pissed me off. I wanted to draw some Pokemon that were in my Pokemon team, so I drew Berry, my Raichu, and Malawi, my Swellow. And I wanted to design a cowgirl, so I just drew that to remind myself. And then the next day, the 22nd of February, I drew this girl, and I want to name her Leia, but I don't know. But yeah, I made her an outfit. I think she's really pretty. She looks a little bit like Andrea, actually. Also, also I was watching some psychology stuff, and apparently people tend to look towards the person they like the most in a group of people if you tell a joke and they start laughing. So I just wanted to keep that in mind. I drew Smolder, my Arcanine. And then I don't want to show you this properly, but Cat Wizard, because that's a design that's coming out in the future. Someday we'll all be free. I don't know what this means. It's probably a quote from something. Tried drawing some Ninja Turtles. I'm not very good, so I want to try and practice because Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are like my favourite thing. And then I drew The Lady of the Lake. Oh, on this day, also the 23rd, I watched Shutter Island for the first time. Such a good film. It's so good. 24th, I wanted to draw the tattoo on the knuckles of Gratum, which is Tara's name for their little group when they meet Abraham and Eugene and stuff. 24th, it became short-sleeved shirt weather. You know, when it's warm but not too warm and it's sort of nice and breezy and cool. The Night We Met, I think, was a film I wanted to watch. I drew Voronway and random tiger thing and some random people. And then also on this day I watched What's Eating Gilbert Grape, which was really good as well. I didn't want to watch it at first, but I did, and it was amazing. So I drew Gilbert, just his hair, because I really like his hair. He is so hot. And I also wrote a little quote that I really liked when he said, sorry, this is spoilers for a lot of films, when Gilbert said, "I won't let her be a joke." I just thought that was really cute. Oh, and I watched Odd Thomas that night as well by myself. Odd Thomas is fucking amazing as well. So many good films out there. 25th, I decided to draw the Lady of the Lake sketch again, but like improve upon it. And some lighting methods for my world. Oh, I wanted to make some animals for my world as well. So I drew Cherokee again because I just fucking love her. And then I drew this sort of wintry eagle and a little owl. He's blind, but he echolocates off of, and it like reverberates off of all the ice shards. These are wintry animals, so they're found in the northern part of my world, which is where Aegis is from. And then I drew this because I was watching rewatching Hannah's playthrough of The Last of Us. And I wanted to watch Whiskey Cavalier, which is a show coming out soon with Lauren Cohan in it. Some games I enjoyed: Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, Maze, The Walking Dead, Detroit Become Human. I wanted to watch Tomb Raider and Assassin's Creed playthroughs. These are all Hannah from the Augscast, by the way. I will only watch her playthroughs and Daz Black's playthroughs. I also want to rewatch Lost and Star Trek The Next Generation, True Blood, Stargate Babylon 5 and Chuck. I drew Nia as a plushie. I also drew Kermit and a little rubber ducky and a lizard and my otter character, Alistair. I don't know what I was doing. Sleepy Hollow I want to continue watching, and I think this is an anime, but I don't know. Ooh, we're getting to the best bit of my sketchbook. So, this is a desert cat. She's really pretty. And I drew some birds. I didn't like this bird at all, so I put a cross next to it, but I made this sort of colourful parrot. I thought it was quite cool. Also, Hannah's playthrough of The Last of Us provides you with so much stress. This is Ellie's joke. Like, it was a really funny joke, but it shouldn't be funny. What did the green grape say to the purple grape? "Breathe, you idiot." Yeah. Why did I find that funny? I have no idea, but it was just so good. Also, Hannah said there was apparently a BBC programme about people trapped in a sort of zombie-like body, but I can't find it. Drew some plants, I drew a crocodile thing, and then I did a portrait of Lucerne, and I tried using my Pentel brush pen, and it doesn't go through the paper. I drew a little angel bunny loaf thing. I came to college for no reason because English wasn't on. And my mother, on this day, promised to get me a Walking Dead hoodie. I wanted to try and make my highlighter into a rainbow highlighter, so I put like orange and blue on it, and it sort of worked. Okay, these next pages I went all out with. I've never been so experimental in my life. This is a scene from The Last of Us. I did some hand ideas. Ellie is the little girl that broke your fucking finger. And then I drew this pose that I wanted to do of Owen cutting off his arm. So there we go. I improved upon it. I really like this. I love this. Yeah, spoilers of my story, but Owen cuts off his arm. That's why he's armless. Oh, I drew Fall, my wolf husky character. Endure and survive, another quote from The Last of Us. I drew Ruin, my cat character. And then I drew a tree, and I drew some singing people. I don't know why. Okay, right, so I've rushed through this really quick, but these next 2 pages are my absolute favourite in this whole sketchbook. These are so cool! So I went all out, and I tried using a highlighter to make backgrounds before I started sketching on them. So I made these geometric backgrounds, and then I drew in biro, and then I went over it around the edges in Pentel brush pen, and I love it. So I do these skull people, and then I drew Agus with a little cat on his shoulders, and he's so cute. I love Agus. I don't draw him enough. And on this page, I don't love these drawings as much, but I just love the aesthetic they give. Just some random girl, a skull, and Veronway, just ignore that part, in one of the earlier poses that you may have seen. And up here, Joel lied to Ellie, and then the end of The Last of Us was on this day. How sad. And then there's also The Last of Us Left Behind, which I haven't actually watched yet, but I'm going to. 28th of February, which was yesterday. I was drawing just in my notebook in class because I couldn't exactly have bright highlighter out on my desk, otherwise the teacher would see. So I drew Demetrius as a base sketch, but I didn't want to go over it because I did that on the 27th and it was the next day. So I drew another Demetrius, all angry looking. I drew sort of like a saddle pose, and then I drew a really disgusting looking fairy deer because I was getting all anxious about my coursework because my coursework got deleted and it was hand-in day, so I had to rewrite it, but I only managed to make a few notes. So yeah, I'm probably going to fail my coursework. Okay, some stuff that I want to watch. So I want to rewatch these. Shutter Island, Split, Interview with a Vampire, Born series, and World War Z. And these I haven't watched but want to watch. Actually, no, that's not fully true. Pontypool, all of Hannah's playthroughs, Into the Spider-Verse, The Kid Who Would Be King, A Knight's Tale, The Legend of King Arthur, and I want to rewatch Miranda, which I do pretty much weekly. And then Kesha's video on what to draw in your sketchbook was really helpful. Deep Space Nine was... Oh yeah, okay, so I was writing about my birth, because my mum was talking about how I was born. She was watching Deep Space Nine when she went into labour, and I was born at 3:19 in the morning. Also, I want to watch the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I've already said this, haven't I, in my sketchbook. And the Umbrella Academy. And I drew this little female kitty that I'm going to call Teddy. And then the final couple of pages... I'm going to try and go through them pretty quickly. I wrote down some comedians I like: Nish Kumar, Paul Chowdhury, Sarah Millican, Ramesh Ranganathan, and Melissa McCarthy. I want to watch Humans, Bohemian Rhapsody, and there's some other people up there who you won't know about. I tried doing different styles of some dogs and stuff. Drew some hands to just try and finish off my sketchbook. And then the final page, it's not a proper page, but finished my second sketchbook ever. Did this sort of scary drawing of Nia. Thanks for sticking with me from Nia. Finished at 23:53 PM. And also these are notes that my teacher gave me, but like I didn't want to erase them. So yeah. Oh my god. It's been an hour. I'm so sorry. That is my sketchbook. Let me just go over the front cover and then I will be done, because I cannot talk anymore. I don't care if I've missed out anything. I hurt. So I decided to customize the front of this sketchbook and I got some stickers. So I got this Digimon sticker and this one, but I didn't want to waste all of them, so I just put 2 of the worst ones down. And then I have this label paper, so I printed my own stickers off, and Aegis, Nia. This is a commission I got from Last Kuka, or Last Kaka, I don't know how to pronounce her name, on Instagram. The link to her account on Instagram will be in my description below. This drawing is so good. This was from Reptonic, I think. This is from Golem of Time, a good friend of mine. Litless Pet Shop stickers, a thumbs up. Grow! Oh, I tried doing Niara, but the letter R came off before I could seal it, so it's just Niaraha now. I found this random rock sticker in my bag. God, I'm not going to go through all this, but yeah, just basically a bunch of fan art or commissions or trade art or my own art made into little stickers. I'm definitely going to do this with any future sketchbooks I get, so yeah. I'm really proud of the sketchbook. You can definitely see a little bit of improvement from the very beginning to the very end. Like, I don't know how. It was only 2 months, but somehow there is improvement, and it's weird. But yeah, I'm really proud of myself, actually. Usually I would be really upset and I would hate my art and I would make sure to apologise that everything looks so bad, like I did with this sketchbook tour. But I'm not going to apologise for it because I fucking love this sketchbook and I think I did a lot of good work towards improving myself. So yeah, anyway, it's been over an hour now. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me if you have. Definitely check this sketchbook out if you are interested, because I wasn't too big of a fan of the fact that the paper moves and smudges, but it was only $4.99 on Amazon Prime. And there's lots of different options, and you don't have to get it with a brown cover. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. I've had such a good birthday today, starting my new sketchbook, filming this tour. I hope you guys will have a good day.